Hello all, welcome to LTX classes. In this series, we are looking after very important articles that have come in the Hindu. Clear? So we are regarding with the Hindu analysis and the related articles, right? Yes, see, date 29/8/2022 and articles are discussed by Srinivas. Clear? So let's don't waste our time. We shall go for first of all the day before yesterday's current affairs question. This is our current affairs question. Consider the following statements. It is mandatory for the government to purchase in GEM portal, means government e-market portal. Is it mandatory? Yes, of course it is mandatory, and we have discussed the same in our classes also. It is mandatory for the government to purchase in government e-marketplace portal. And next, see, GEM portal might improve government's economy. Clear? So you can see that government e-market portal might improve the government's economy. Yes, definitely it will increase the economy. Why? See, first of all, it also provides the growth for MSME units, for micro, small, medium enterprises. It will increase, and if they get more income, they will pay the income taxes, so government economy will rise. And when they go for mass purchasings, they will get the difference of prices, and that we discussed the day before yesterday's class, right? So all these cover helps in improving the government's economy, right? So this is very important question, and see, both is the answer. You can have this question in your current affairs book, so that you shall be getting the information before your examination, that it is mandatory for the government to purchase in GEM portal. Clear? Yes. And now see, these are the articles that we are going to discuss from today's The Hindu analysis. First one, Japan's continuing struggle with gender parity. This is very important article we shall be checking, and this has covered in the editorial. Clear? And next, Modi urges people to join fight against malnourishment. Clear? So we shall see this article. And next, data protection bill likely to be presented. Clear? Yes. And next, financial inclusion will spur the growth. Yes. And next, 5G cells to piggyback on polls and hoardings. Clear? Yes, these are the various important articles that we are going to cover in today's The Hindu analysis. So let's have the concentration, and at end of this session we are going to have one mains based question based on the editorial parts, which are likely to be covered in examinations also, and next one current affairs MCQ also, so that you shall be checking yourself that whether you are listening the articles in a proper required format or not. Clear? So let's don't waste our time. First of all, we shall be dealing with the editorial article. Now check this article. This is the editorial article that have come regarding Japan's continuing struggle with gender parity. Clear? So the article is very important from GS1 Society, GS1 Society, and of course from GS2 we have the other topic that is called social justice, and of course in international relations. Clear? As you might be thinking, the name of Japan come, you might think this is very important from GS2 international relations article, but rather in IR this is very important from society and from social justice topics of UPSC. Clear? So let's make this article very clear for you. This is the parity. What is the meaning of parity? Parity means equality. Clear? Parity means equality. So for what you are struggling? You are struggling to achieve the gender equality in the society. You are struggling to achieve the gender equality in the society. Clear? So it is asking the government to spend at the required part. Clear? Are you getting? See, you might think the developed countries are very good in their every socio-economic aspects, and women from here are generally considered as equals with the males. But this may not be the true case for everywhere. Clear? And the article is also opening and they are saying that, see, recently Japan has released its data, and for the last 1 year it could able to produce only 8,10,000 children only. Are you getting? So for the whole country they are able to produce only 8 lakh children. So this is lowest among the developed countries. Clear? And if you observe that regarding World Economic Forum's global gender gap, you can also see there are many issues. There are many issues why these countries are facing the issue. First of all, see, regarding World Economic Forum, it releases global gender gap index. In this global gender gap index, it measures the gender gap. First of all, what is the meaning of gender gap? If you are showing more favoritism towards male than female, it is called gender gap. See, in every opportunity you are giving the difference for males and females, and in every case, even while paying you the salaries also, if you are indulging in the differences, activities and discrimination, then it obviously leads to the gender gap in the society. Clear? So the gender gap needs to be definitely plugged in to improve the societal status of women in the society. Are you getting? So when you observe the gender gap, Japan holds the worst position. Means there is huge gender gap between males and females in the Japanese society. Are you getting? So when you observe, you can observe that gender equality might be the issue in the developing countries only. Why? If you take the concept of India, yes, of course, it is struggling for gender equality. Why? Because of lack of resources and many other things, women are unable to present their skills in this society. But what will happen if even developed countries are also projecting the same gender gap? So here the article is trying to put all the things at one place. So try to gather all the information regarding these issues. Clear? So first of all, the article is saying that there might be because of two main reasons for any country that is facing the gender gap. First of all, it could be the lack of resources. It could be because of lack of resources, right? Or also it could be because of, see, when it is moving on, they generally follow the gender norms. This is inbuilt principles of the society. Are you getting? So if any nation unable to plug the gap of gender gap, it could be because of lack of resources and because of existing gender norms. What are gender norms, sir? Gender norms are gender rules and regulations that generally imposed on the women in the society. Are you getting? It is generally imposed on the women in the society, so they won't have any option except following the implications of society on her. For example, if society asks, this is the role of woman, then it should be done by the women only. Or if the society say it is the duty of males, it should be done by the males only. Because of these norms, generally the difference between males and females occurs. Clear? So that is why the reason it is saying the gender norms might play the role regarding these things. But if you consider the case of Japan, they are developed. Why? Because they hold the fourth largest and richest nation in the world. They hold the fourth largest or the richest position in economy in the world. So they don't face the problem of lacking of resources. Means they have sufficient reserves and sufficient economy with them to support the women in the society. But the problem in Japan is not with the problem of poor developing countries. The problem in Japan is obviously because of the gender norms that are existing in the society. Clear? So that is the reason, and we are also trying to, as we are also moving for the developing to developed position, we have to address these gender norms by taking the lessons from Japan. This is the main crux and motto of article. So here he is trying to project few things. Let's make the glance over it and we can understand the things in very clear way. In global gender gap index, Japan's rank is 116 out of 146. Are you getting? Its rank is 116 out of 146, which shows that it is lowest among G7 nations. Clear? In group of 7 nations, Japan holds the lowest gender gap. Clear? Means its rank is worst performance. Generally, every G7 country usually stays in the rank of 10 to 27 except Italy. Italy is at the rank of 63. But if you observe the rank of Japan, it is even more double to Japan, double to Italy. Clear? So yes, so this is very important thing that has to be considered. But if you see, it is not the issue that they lacks educational attainment. No, on gender basis they have good educational attainment, which means that every woman is also be recorded in the schools, and every woman should also be given equal opportunities in education. So that regarding the gender, they have good educational opportunities. Clear? They are not discriminated on the provisions of providing education. So educational attainment is not a problem. They have achieved the perfect score in gender equality regarding education. Even if you see, there is one organization that is called OECD, Organization for Economic and Cooperation Development. These OECD nations are there. They actually conduct for every 2 years. For every 2 years, they conduct few educational things, like they'll check the children's scientific, children's mathematical and children's reading performance across the nations. So when it is participated by the 15-year-old Japanese female girls schools, okay, from girls schools, when female attended, they have performed far better than most of the OECD countries. Means they are learning the science, they are learning the mathematics also, and it is also said that for the health issues also they don't face any problem. For example, regarding health and survival of women, including healthy life expectancy. In life expectancy also, they achieved the perfect score of 0.97, whereas India scored 0.64. The Japanese rank is 0.97. One is the highest, right? One is the absolute perfect, but Japan still achieved 0.97. If you observe all these things, they are getting good educational attainment. Their education status was proved all over the world stage at OECD, and even regarding health and survival also, women are not facing any issue. Then you might say, sir, if all these are very good, then why? Because the gender gap is still in that country. Then you can observe, when you see the things, the role of women generally in politics was kept outside. Means women participation in politics is very less. When women participation in politics is very less, the policy making might take more diversion towards males, and their voices in underserved things will be read down. Are you getting? If women in participation in politics is very less, their role in policy making will reduce, their voices are also comes down generally. See, when it comes to the rank, women in politics, they are achieving only 130 rank, that is the worst rank. Clear? Are you getting? So women in Japan holds less than 10% of their country's parliamentary seats. When you observe the remaining G7 nations, they are having more than 30% in their parliamentary seats. Clear? So, and when you observe from the last 50 years, Japan does not have even a head of the state. Japan does not hold any head of the state from the last 50 years. Are you getting? So this is the critical position that Japan is holding. Clear? So in last 50 years, nothing was there as who holds the position of head of the states. Clear? So when you observe even the mindset of the people in that nation, they generally comes with sexism remarks. So what is sexism? When you pass any remark related to their gender, it is called sexism remarks. See, for example, in 2021, they conducted the Tokyo Olympics. So the head of the Tokyo Olympics once said, women should not participate in the board meetings because they talk more. Clear? Are you getting? Is this the statement that a person from that high position should speak on? Regarding, see, he says that women should not participate in the board meetings because they talk more and they talk too much. Clear? Are you getting? So this is the thing that has come. So people in the society have gone against the government, and government rectified its statements also. And recently also there is in the political speech, one of the persons called women as birth giving machines. Birth giving machines. Is this the statement that needs to be passed? Are you literally looking women in the perspective of objectification? Objectification means you are giving importance to women as they are objects or the goods. What would you do towards the goods? You will use when you require, and after that you will throw it aside, right? So but women should be given equal importance in the general things that the society and males are getting. Are you getting? So because of these sexism remarks, it also shows that the society needs to be corrected from the ground level. And few data also shows that, see, few data also shows regarding, see, for the head of the companies, only 8% of women are holding the head of the company position, and in the middle management at the level of managerial position, only 5% of women is present. And see, when it regarding to the wage earning, women are getting 56% of males. 56% of males. For example, if males are earning 100 rupees, females are getting only 56 rupees. Are you getting? So from this condition, they have to definitely shift or transform into the good empowered positions. Are you getting? And so these are the things that has to be done. So to correct this, earlier Prime Minister, that is Shinzo Abe, clear? What is his name? Shinzo Abe has come with something that is called womenomics. Womenomics, where he is giving critical and equal importance towards women, and he is asking the people to go for giving importance to women, and women should be given equal position and role along with the males. He had laid the emphasis on women on key policy measures. So he aimed to boost female labor force participation in the society, and their leadership positions should be increased to somewhere around 30% in the society. Are you getting? So his position and even his own cabinet ministers also tried to deliver that, but they could not able to do by the time that they promised of 2020, and they increased it to 2030. Means by 2030 they want to have women in higher positions of at least 30%, and they want to try to improve the conditions of female labor force participation. Clear? So the article is providing some light to India, as India is also moving from developing to developed nation. This is the high time that India has to take the things in a very clear cut manner, and it has to lay its goals in very positive way. Clear? Are you getting? So the census should be properly conducted, and the problems of women and the gender empowerment should be the main motto of the present government. So if we are not going to cover all these things, we may get the per capita income also, but the socio-cultural problems in the society will remain. So we have discussed this in front, right? So to get the economy, males can also work, males will only work generally, but if you are empowering women, the socio-economic development of the society will also increases, and the voices of the women can also be presented with equal importance. Clear? So this is the article we have discussed in length, and at last we are going to provide one current affairs based mains question for 10 marks. Please try to write that answer. So we shall be understanding to what level that you got this editorial article. Clear? Yes. So this is the next article that we are going to discuss. See, the data protection bill likely in budget session. So this article is very important from GS to polity. Clear? From GS to polity perspective, this article is very important. When you observe, it is saying that the data protection bill might come in the next year's budget session. So generally budget starts at the time of February. So by the time of February they will come with this new bill. First of all, you should know the importance of data, and in the present day data plays very crucial role. Why? Because data provides each and every information that you require. So even Mukesh Ambani called data is the new oil. Clear? Data is the new oil. What does it means that data is the new oil? Because of oil only, Saudi Arab countries or Arabian countries found their fortunes. Clear? They have created the empires on the foundation of oil exports. Clear? So the same importance or the equivalence of oil to the today's world for the nations to increase its fortunes is to collect as much as data as possible. Why? Because see, data helps in drawing various informations. Clear? For example, if it shows that for example, take the example, if you are visiting McDonald's to eat the burger, see, you have the habit of consuming one McDonald's burger every month. Starting initially you have the habit of eating McDonald's burger every month, but slowly you have shifted your option from 1 month to 15 days. For every 15 days you started consuming, and slowly when the company is offering the various schemes and offers, you are consuming it for 1 week. Clear? Are you getting? So you have changed your behavior because they understood your pattern. The data that they relied was your consumption pattern, analyzing your consumption pattern. They clearly understood that when you are giving the offers, the consumers are actually coming and availing the offer. This data is very important for the companies, whether to continue the offer or whether to no need of providing offers to the people for the sale of the products. Are you getting? So that is why data is very important. See, any raw material that it have processed, that is called information. That information is also comes from the data. The data holds the greater importance and provides reasonable data for generally the reasonable data for the agencies, and generally companies try to seduce the commercial related data for their own benefit. Are you getting? So this is the importance of data. Government of India has come the greater importance towards data because in 2017 something happened, that is KS Puttaswamy case. KS Puttaswamy case. In this case, Supreme Court have come with right to privacy. Clear? Right to privacy. So privacy is very important, and even Supreme Court said that these privacy issues also cover the online internet related issues. Clear? So if they don't want to have their data in the internet, then it is the binding obligation on the company to remove all the data of the required customer from the internet sources. Are you getting? So this is very important thing to understand. Clear? So from after that, government has come drafted one data that is under BN Sri Krishna committee. Clear? Under BN Sri Krishna committee, the committee have come with the bill, the data protection bill. Are you getting? So they have given importance to the data protection. But what happened when it was introduced? The opposition have not felt satisfied with this bill, so government waited. The data bill was presented to the parliament in 2019. They have waited for the successful 3 years, and in the 2022 latestly, government have removed the data protection bill on the words that it is coming with new bill. Clear? So it is coming with the new bill. These are the words of the government. Clear? So we are coming with new comprehensive bill. Let's wait for some time. We are going to put it. Clear? So see, in this old bill, it has clearly come regarding the data protection. Data was divided into personal data and non-personal data. So personal data is anything which reveals the identification of the person are called personal data. For example, if I say, see, there are few things like critical personal data also. Personal data is again divided into critical personal data. Under this critical personal data, we generally go of providing the fingerprints. The fingerprints covered under the critical personal data, and regarding, see, iris scan. Clear? So regarding the iris scan also comes under the part of that critical personal data. Then what comes in personal data? For example, my photo comes under personal data, or my height, color, weight, or whatever may be comes under personal data. Because of these personal data leakages, you can identify the person's identity. So these personal data are very important for the society, are the words of the government. And next, see, that is the non-personal data. The non-personal data is anything which is non-personal in nature. For example, I would say this is non-personal because they generally come with some lack of proper information regarding the producer. For example, if they come with my food pattern, if they come with my diet pattern or something, any of the things which does not reveal my character or habit, then it is fine. It should be called as non-personal data. For example, see, a person has come and has taken 2 burgers. That is the information. As we don't know about the persons or both males or both females, one male, one female, whether they are children or adult, we don't have any information. Clear? So these are the non-personal data. Clear? These plays crucial role in present day world. Why? Because see, when you say, I have given the example, right? You usually before you are having the habit of consuming the burger for 1 month once a time. Clear? But right now, see, you have increased your consumption. Because of you, the purchasings of McDonald's have to increase, the purchasings increase. So if you increase the purchasings, then the wheat production in the economy also goes according to your demand. Are you getting? So it says that any excess production of wheat generally stayed for the next year or generally exported to next year. So but increased demand is consumed, is being used for the consumption of the excess products. Are you getting? So this is the reason that the data regarding all these things play crucial role. Are you getting? Your consumption pattern definitely helps in the production pattern with the agricultural farmers. So this data is very important. So to protect all these data, government said they are going to come with the data protection bill, and in the data protection bill they are said that they are going to issue this bill in the consultation process. So it is the process. What is the process? When government is willing to come with any act, then it generally takes the opinion of the people whether they are expecting any amendments from the society. Are you getting? Whether they are just expecting any benefits, incentives from the society. Clear? So this is very important one regarding data. So if people provide positive things, then they would be imbibed in that article and they will come with the beautiful outlay in the budget session. Clear? So these are the statements of the minister, and you have to carefully look after the issues related to data and issues related to it. Clear? Yes. Next, see, this is important article, that is Modi urges people to join fight against malnourishment. First of all, this article is very important from, see, the things of perspective of GS1 in related to the health topic. Clear? GS1, there are few topics related to health. Are you getting? And next, see, when you observe these things are very important. Clear? So here Narendra Modi ji is requesting the people to join for the malnourishment. Malnourishment is also called as the malnutrition. First of all, what is the malnutrition? If your intake of nutrient capacity has reduced or over exceeded, it is called malnutrition. Are you getting? If your intake of nutrients is far less than the requirement, it is called malnutrition. Or if you are excessively taking the food, it is also called the malnutrition. Clear? So the problems of malnutrition, what are the problems that we generally go with the malnutrition is, see, that is the undernutrition. Clear? That is the undernutrition. In undernutrition, we see few things like the concept of stunting. Stunting is the thing where you observe the low height for the age. When you observe the low height for age, it is called stunting. Or if you observe the concept of wasting means low weight for the height, low weight for height, it is called the wasting. Or you can also observe the underweight. Underweight is such a thing, if you observe here, people are of low weight for their age, low weight for age. Are you getting? Here stunting means low height for the age, wasting means low weight for the height, underweight means low weight for the age. So these things you have to remember definitely. All these things come under the part of undernutrition. I also said if the intake is very less, it is called undernutrition. if the intake is of excess, if you are excessively consuming the bad oils and fats, then you shall be getting into the position of the obesity. Clear? Obesity is also very danger for the human beings. When you observe, the malnutrition have very negative impacts. What are the negative impacts? The negative impacts being your productivity in the economy reduces, and your productivity generally reduces your income capacity, and your parts of the health related generally, so you are getting the problems, your health will reduce and your productivity for the economy comes down, and your survival rate will come down, and even the children who are coming because of you will also face the problem of these things. Are you getting? So there are far more negative impacts because of malnourishment. So how can you increase your things of nutritious food? So to get nutritious food, you have to completely change your diet pattern. Means you have to eat more millets, and you have to eat fresh vegetables, and you have to eat daily, if possible, meat, if possible, milk, if possible, the egg. Are you getting? Clear? So these generally helps in increasing of protein content in the body. Clear? So government is willing for the nation where young people are participating to make the nation a beautiful place, right? So here Narendra Modi ji asking the people to voluntarily join in the participation, the things like in Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Modi is telling that it's been 75 years we are fighting against malnutrition, so we have to reach the higher places. Clear? Of course we are moving, and regarding the part of government, we have started something that is called the Jal Jeevan Mission. What is this Jal Jeevan Mission? Under Jal Jeevan Mission, government is going to provide the drinking water. Government is going to provide the drinking water for the people. This drinking water generally helps in reduction of chances of hospitals. Clear? So this is very important, and he is also telling that regarding Poshan Abhiyan, government is using the technology part. Government is using the technology part to increase the Poshan Abhiyan. There are various other schemes which also helps in increasing the nutrients of people. First of all, government started something that is called ICDS. ICDS means Integrated Child Development Scheme. See, I repeat, Integrated Child Development Scheme. Government has come with this scheme in 1975. Here government is targeting women, pregnant women and children less than 6 years of age. Their nutritional needs should be solved properly. Are you getting? So this is very important, and the scheme is very important in the part of implementation. The scheme is under Ministry of Women and Child Development. Under the Ministry of Women and Child Development, it goes off regular providing the part of nutrition, regular medical health checkups, and immunization would be covered under ICDS scheme. Clear? And in 1993, government has come with National Nutritional Policy. This National Nutritional Policy is regarding 1993. It provided the government goal of national nutrition, and there is other scheme that is called Midday Meal Scheme. What is Midday Meal Scheme? Under this, children of 6 to 14 years in the schools are going to be provided with food which are of required nutritional qualities. The scheme has implemented all over the India from 1995. Are you getting? From the 6 to 14 years of age, the child should get the proper food in the schools itself. Clear? Then see, government also come with other policy, that is national health mission. In national health mission, government has come with national rural health mission and national urban health mission. So you can of course go with the part of national urban health mission. In the both ways you have to go the important things like nutrition and health checkups. Clear? And government has come with something that is called Pradhan Mantri Matrutva Sahayog Yojana. Clear? So from this, government is providing incentives, cash incentives, so that they can solve their nutritional requirements. Clear? And after that, there is National Nutrition Mission. This National Nutrition Mission is also called as Poshan Abhiyan. Clear? Poshan Abhiyan. Under this Poshan Abhiyan, government have few targets regarding reduction of undernutrition, reduction of low birth rate, and the problems of anemia are also discussed here. Anemia is such a disease where your red blood cells count will come down generally. Clear? Are you getting? So this is very important article to have the complete picture and to reduce the problems of malnutrition. Government has come with these things, and Narendra Modi is of opinion that government is of opinion that to control all these things, what are important? The main important part being the social awareness part. Society should get more importance regarding the dietary habits and the importance of nutrition in their daily life. So he is asking the people to join against the fight of malnourishment. Getting? So with a better use of technology and public participation, we can achieve these things. These are the words of the present government. Getting? Yes. We can go for our next article. Check this article. This article is very important. This is related to financial inclusion will spur the growth. Clear? So the article is very important from GS3 economy part. Clear? GS3 economy part. When you observe here, it is saying about spur. Spur means to increase. What you are increasing? You are increasing the growth. Why growth needs to be increased? Growth needs to be increased to have better fruits of development to the people. Are you getting the importance? So how she is referring? The finance minister here referring that financial inclusion is very important to achieve that. Then what is financial inclusion? Inclusion means you are including every people in all the aspects, then it is called inclusion. For example, to prepare policies, if you are involving SC/ST category, if you are involving women's section, and also if you are involving the LGBTQ community, it is called the social inclusion. Then what is financial inclusion? If you are helping all these people to in the financial process of the economy, means you are providing the financial benefits to both the unserved and the underserved regions. For example, unserved regions are the regions which you did not touch till now. Then what is underserved? There are people who are catering the needs, but their demand is more and the supply is very less in underserved. For example, if you go under financial inclusion, there is one project that is called the Jan Dhan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. In this, government is opening the bank accounts to the people who does not have any bank accounts. Are you getting? So here see, the unserved people means people who are living in far inaccessible areas. Far inaccessible areas, people right now got the banking facilities. What are the underserved? Priorly, women used to have bank accounts, but the importance towards women accounts is not given in the family, but all these issues were solved. Clear? Are you getting? All these issues were solved because of the active role of the government in Jan Dhan scheme. Clear? Under this, you can see after the scheme which started in the 2014, government opened 46 crore bank accounts. Are you getting? 46 crore bank accounts, so that number of people joined into the finance of the government is increased, right? So let's take, if women have the bank account, generally government will come with the schemes of DBT, means direct benefit transfer. If government brings any scheme to develop women, then the amount can be directly credited into women account. With this, corruption will also reduce and women can definitely use for their own purpose. See, even Niti Aayog report also says because of introduction of DBT, 40,000 crore is being saved every year in the economy. Are you getting? 40,000 crore is being saved every year in the economy. And it is also saying, though government has come, this 46 crore bank accounts can use it under zero maintenance balance, but people deposits in this 46 crore accounts have touched 1.74 lakh crores. Clear? Are you getting? So this is the deposit amount of combined 46 crore accounts. Are you getting? So it is actually helping the society to increase the investment part in the economy. And it is saying it has covered priorly women's accounts are very less. Right now 67% of rural women are getting the bank accounts and 56% of urban women got bank accounts because of these things. So these are the financial inclusion parts which helps for the both women and the economy in general. Clear? Government has shifted its focus. In 2014, government's focus is on every household. Government thought for every household there should be one bank account. Right now it has shifted to every household to every adult. Every adult of Indian should get the bank account. Clear? So he is saying this financial inclusion will help in the growth. Clear? Yes. Check this. This is our last article, that is 5G cells to piggyback on polls and hoardings. Are you getting? So here this article is very important from GS3 Science and Technology. Clear? So see, and you know, recently government have come by providing the 5G option to the people also, and telecom companies have participated, and soon we are going to have the 5G rollout in India. Clear? So to have 5G, the importance of 5G can be observed only through its speed. Clear? Only through its speed. When speed has to be enunciated, the coverage have to be gone directly to the people, means the coverage should reach as much as possible with the consumers in the society. Clear? So to increase the coverage, the companies have to go with the establishment of towers, but the establishment of towers for every near and there is very difficult, right? So if you take as of now regarding 4G services, government the corporations have towers of at least 5 kilometers distance. For every 5 kilometers distance, the companies are holding at least the towers which provides the 4G service. But to get the real appropriate speed of 5G, this distance should not be this much. Clear? It has to definitely come down. So government right now thinking to use the other spaces also, and the companies are thinking for to put the 5G cells. These are the special 5G small cells which are designed to provide the services to the people. The corporations or the companies are thinking to use on the poles and hoardings. When you observe this here, the poles are there, right? See, the gap between the poles is very less, right? So they can use for every after 2 and 3 poles, they can use the poles to install these small cells. These small cells acts as the small power base station. These are very low base station. These small cells are very low power base stations, means they generally use very less power, but they can provide the required internet frequency to the people. So the companies are thinking for poles, the advertisement hoardings and the bus shelters for deploying this low power base station. Those are called small cells that will help bringing the network closer to the consumer. Clear? So small cells are needed to deploy the 5G as opposed to earlier generations of 4G, because the more number of smaller cells, the higher the frequency available for the people to use. Clear? So they cannot install these towers which are of 30 meters height or 5 kilometers apart. They just want to go or replicate the process. Clear? They want to minimize that bigger towers into small cells, and these numerous small cells can be used here and there. Clear? They are expecting that the distance could be of 100 meters. For every 100 meters, they want to use these small cells. And the companies are also thinking that the cost might be very less also. For smaller cells, for every small cells in the rural areas, they have to use somewhere around 150 rupees per annum. 150 rupees per annum for its maintenance. In urban areas, the cost might reach to 300 rupees. Clear? In urban areas, the cost might reach to 300 rupees, but they definitely tries to increase the infrastructure. Clear? So here they want to take the permission from TROI. TROI is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. For every action of communications, TROI has to be informed and the permissions from TROI has to be taken. If TROI gives the proper acceptance of usage of these poles and hoardings, definitely companies are thinking to install all these things, and they want there should be the rationalized process like single window clearance for all these things. Clear? To install the infrastructure property over the private property and to have the faster rolling out of 5G to the people. Clear? So this is very important article. You can think how technology is changing from 4G bigger towers to small cells in the 5G. Clear? Yes, this is very important article. So see, let's have the mains based question which covered from the editorial part, that is the Japanese struggles for gender parity should pave way for India's gender empowerment issues. Comment, and I have asked for comment, and the question is for 150 words and 10 marks. Clear? And I encourage you people should write this question and please post in the comment box. Clear? So that I shall be checking personally and I shall review it. Clear? So this is very important question, and we have discussed in the article in length that there are very gender parity. Parity means equality, right? So very more gender equality issues of Japanese government can help Indian government to solve India's related issues. Are you getting? So this is what the question is asking, and you have to write accordingly that the important points that we discussed in our editorial class, right? Yes. So please try to attempt this question. This is the current affairs MCQ. Consider the following statements. ICDS scheme is under Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Clear? And next, National Nutrition Mission has target of making India free of malnutrition by 2022. Options are only one, only two, both and none. Are you getting? So this is the question, and we have discussed in length about the schemes in malnourishment article, right? So you have to make it remember, and you have to attempt this question. So pause the video for 1 second and you can answer this question in the comment box, and we shall be thinking that, and we are going to review your answer also, and the question is going to be discussed in the next class. See, your participation is very important. Clear? Yes.